Welcome students. Myself Mr. Ahirrao VA from the Department of Instrumentation and Control Engineering, मराठा विद्या प्रसारक समाजास कर्मवीर ॲडव्होकेट बाबूराव गणपतराव ठाकरे College of Engineering, Nasik. In this video, we are going to learn about the errors, especially what do you mean by limiting error and the different types of error. Objective: to learn the limiting error and different types of errors or the classification of errors present in measurements. Outcome: students will be able to make use of the concepts of errors in various measurements. Limiting error: the measured value of any unknown quantity may be more or less than the true value of the measurand. So, the manufacturers have to specify the deviations from the specified value of a particular quantity in order to enable the purchaser to make the proper selection according to the requirements. The limits of these deviations from the specified values are defined as limiting or guarantee errors. That means whatever may be the true value of the quantity or the measurand, that will have surely the guaranteed or the limiting errors present. The magnitude of a given quantity having a specified magnitude AM and a maximum or a limiting error of plus minus delta A must have a magnitude between the limits AM plus minus delta A. For example, the value of a resistance from a manufacturer having 100 ohms with the limiting error of plus minus 0.5 ohm. Then the true value of the resistance is between the limits 100 ohms plus minus 0.5 ohms. That is, the limits of the values of that resistance are from 99.5 ohms, that is the lower limit, and up to the upper limit of 100.5 ohms. This shows that whenever the manufacturer is manufacturing the different components, they will always have certain limiting error present. Now we will come to the classification or the types of errors. It is well said that every measurement is involving certain error. There are mainly three types of errors present. The first one, gross errors. Second one, the systematic errors. And the third one, random errors. Under the systematic errors, two more types of errors are present, which are instrumental errors and environmental errors. Now, the first type of errors, that is the gross errors. The errors occur because of the mistakes made in the observed readings or using the instruments and in recording and calculating the measurement results. These errors usually occurring because of human mistakes, and these may be of any magnitude and cannot be subjected to mathematical treatment. Second type, systematic errors. These are the errors that remain constant or change according to a definite law on repeated measurements of a given quantity. These errors can be evaluated and their influence or effect on the results of measurement can be eliminated by the introduction of proper correction, or you may apply any mathematical treatment to avoid or to eliminate the systematic errors. There are two types of systematic errors. First, the instrumental errors, and second, the environmental errors. Instrumental errors are inherent in the measuring instruments because of their mechanical structure and calibration or operation of the instrument or apparatus used. Poor construction, irregular spring tensions, variations in the air gap may also cause instrumental errors. Calibration error may also result in the instrument reading either being too low or too high. Though nowadays most of the instruments used are called as the digital instruments, but still the instrumental errors are present. Such instrumental errors may be avoided by selecting a proper measuring device for the particular application, and second, calibrating the measuring device or instrument against a standard. This standard required should be of high accuracy and high precision. The second subtype under the systematic errors is the environmental errors. These errors are much more troublesome as the errors change with time in an unpredictable manner. Change in temperature, humidity, altitude, Earth's magnetic field, gravity, stray electric and magnetic field, etc. are few examples of the environmental conditions which may affect the measurement. For example, if we are trying to measure some metallic object, consider its diameter. If the temperature will be different than the standard conditions, then that high temperature may affect the dimensional change in the object, and the error will be present, and that error is because of the environmental parametric change. These errors can be eliminated or reduced by taking the following precautions. First, use the measuring instrument in the same atmospheric conditions in which it was assembled and calibrated. But many a times all these conditions are not possible to be maintained when we are carrying out the regular measurements using the instrument. So, the deviation in local conditions must be determined and suitable compensations are applied in the instrumental reading. The third way is to have automatic compensation employing sophisticated devices for such deviations if they are present. The third and most important type is the random errors. These errors are of variable magnitude and sign and do not maintain any known law. The presence of random errors become evident when different results are obtained on repeated measurements of one and the same quantity. The effect of random errors is minimized by measuring the quantity many times under the same conditions and calculating the arithmetical mean of the results obtained or applying the statistical techniques. Under statistical techniques, you may go for calculation of the standard deviation as well as the variance in the set of measurements. References to learn the concept of errors and the various types of errors, we may use the books. First is by A.K. Sawhney, Electrical and Electronics Measurements and Instruments, and the second book by David Bell, Electronic Instrumentation and Measurements. Thank you.